Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another Marvel Champions live stream. Woo! Happy Monday, everybody. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. I'm pretty excited because I was like, I want to get Shuri back onto the table. We tried Shuri, I think, last 2 weeks ago or so. It didn't go super well, and so I was like, you know what? I want to bring Shuri back out. Epic Beowulf, I'm doing fantastic. Hope you're doing well as well. Yeah. So I think we're gonna try Shuri, but I want to try. I was thinking about doing a ready for a fight Shuri, but then as I was kind of thinking about it, I think I want to try a float like a butterfly Shuri. I think that could be kind of fun because she has multiple instances of attack, especially like when she attacks, you can trigger Panther's Claws to deal an additional attack. She is confused in her kit with her beads. Where is that? There it is. With her beads, so you can confuse the enemy, use Aja Adana to shuffle it back in once we flip down. So there's a lot of like kind of synergy around the float with multiple attacks and everything. I think the one thing that I would like to have that Shuri doesn't necessarily have is a lot of readies. And we do have a couple in Justice with like making an entrance. I always get making an entrance and the other one confused. I think it is making an entrance though. Or is that the healing one? Whichever one that allows you to ready, but you have to thwart in order to do that, so it's not as kind of nice as I wanted it to be. So I think like with Panther's Claws out there, it'll be enough, especially with like T'Challa being able to trigger Panther's Claws as well. So that's going to be +2 damage on a T'Challa attack against a confused enemy. I think that could be kind of interesting. Probably want to run a couple of like first aids or things to keep T'Challa alive because he does seem to be like a fairly decent part of the kit. And then I think we'll use Shuri's kit, including T'Challa, Panther's Claws, to do the damage. And then we will focus on some justice events for our threat mitigation. That's kind of what I am feeling. Shuri Repurpose is amazing. I've done that before, and it was an absolute blast. Highly recommend it. What's up, Matt? How you doing? I picked out Mansion Attack. I like Mansion Attack a lot. I think it's a good one that kind of shows a lot of different aspects of the game. Chose Mansion Attack, Standard 3, Expert 1, and then I threw in the Brotherhood, which is a required mod set, as well as Gravitational Pull, which is our Moonstone Thunderbolt mod, just to kind of up that difficulty a little bit, see how we go. If you're playing Protection, is better Dr. Sinclair or Med Team to keep T'Challa alive? I don't think Sinclair can heal T'Challa, unfortunately. I think it has to be an identity, and so yeah. So unfortunately, I think Med Team is going to be your best option to keep T'Challa alive. Let's play some Deadpool this week or the next. Ooh. Thank you for the subscription with Prime, Matt. I appreciate it. Go full green with a few basics and use Power of Protection. Power of Protection. Oh, for Shuri? That'd be fun. I think I found the build that doesn't harm the entire table for Deadpool. Nice. I pulled out superpower training as well as specialized training here because I was cleaning up and I was like, I want those in my deck. So those are here. And we're gonna grab all pool with Deadpool. With pool Deadpool? Nice. Deadpool is incredibly powerful in this game. It's a little silly, I think. Alrighty then. Let's grab just the core of the deck. So we need our doubles. We need float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I'm wanting to run through the X-Men campaign, and I like to be thematic. Any suggestions on a hero? You gotta go Cyclops. Cyclops is going to be really, really good because you get to pull in any X-Men and you can really like tailor make your deck to be as thematic as you want it to be. What's up, Wikipedia? I am all over cards. Just bought AOA, which was the last expansion that I didn't have. It'll arrive in a couple weeks. Any thoughts on AOA and what I can? I like AOA a lot. I think the villains in AOA are really good. You get Bishop and Magic in AOA, and they're good. I like them, but I think I like the encounter side of that box even more. Arm to the Teeth is bonkers. Anyone found a way to sack it in play aside from Cutoff Guard? Go Cyclops with 50 allies. It's a fun one. Yeah, if you go Leadership Cyclops, go a ton of allies, and then run, to me, my X-Men with Uncanny X-Men. Such a good deck. It is. It's incredibly strong. Alrighty, so we got that there. We've got our two side schemes here. Boom. Let's go grab our first aids. That was the last thing that we were saying. I do think we will probably run we will definitely run a couple more allies. What about followed? That could be kind of interesting. What's the best aspect for Shuri? I would say protection. Protection is really good. You get a lot of readies, and every time she activates, you get to trigger one of her upgrades. And so being able to ready over and over and over again with repurpose, what doesn't kill me, all of those types of things, really solid. Get to test out a Web Warrior control deck soon with Spider-Woman using quick. Oh, nice. That would be cool. That would be cool. I think I also like Shuri in Justice. I like her in all the aspects. I think she's really good in all the aspects. Her leadership build is incredibly strong, especially when you run Sidekick T'Challa. That gets a little silly. We have multiple first aids. We have more first aids than this. What's up, Travis? You finally took a part to make a repurpose Shuri. Have you gotten to play it yet? I'm using Justice. We're gonna do a float like a butterfly. Yeah, Psychic T'Challa will do a lot of damage. Yeah, dang it, no feet. Guess you're doing this instead. Sorry about that. Oh, I didn't play it. It works beautifully. Or you did play it. It works beautifully. Not surprised. Yeah. Really good. Really good stuff. Okay. We're going to grab an Under Surveillance. This main scheme is pretty low threshold, and so being able to increase it, I think it's actually only like 6, right? It's 7. But being able to increase it by over 50% is really good, especially if you can get into one of the locations that has like a good benefit. If we run into like a steady, we want to probably pop that. But if we don't run into the steady location, we want to Under Surveillance that just so we can maintain and keep it at that same spot. Nah, I'm not going to leave this time. Need to find a way to give Deadpool a shield so he can use Bambino. Oh, yeah, you can probably go two-handed and pass over a shield deputy to him. Trepid, thank you. Didn't make you watch an ad today. Nice. That's awesome. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Epic is introducing Friend to Marvel Champions for the first time. What advice can you give me as a good experience for him? Have you already picked out like heroes and stuff? Or have you, or is that still to come? What was that card that I was thinking about? It's not making an entrance. Justice Served. That's what it was. Okay, so Justice Served is kind of interesting because you don't have the basic thwart to ready. So I actually will run 2 Justice Serves. Because I can use my events or my upgrades. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. I can like attack, use my beads to ping a threat, and then ready off of it. I do love stealing Amazon's money. It is time to hydrate. Ooh, I choked my coffee before this. Intelligence can try and stop her obligation. I don't find her obligation to be too bad. I don't hate her obligation. I usually can get rid of it in a turn, and so I don't. I'm not too concerned when that pops up. Uh, haven't still deciding what to play. I would say that the best hero for a new player to play is one that they're interested in. If they don't have an interest in that hero, I like to go with heroes that are really event focused. I have found that with new players, events make a lot of sense because it's immediate impact and you can kind of see exactly what is happening. And so I like events for that reason for new players, or like event based heroes, and not necessarily like Miss Marvel. Like that's a little bit more complex. But if you go with like Captain Marvel, just throw a lot of events into Captain Marvel's deck. Captain Marvel is a really like solid hero to just kind of like hit the ground running. A lot of economy, so you don't have to worry too much about that. I think Captain America is another good choice because, again, kind of straightforward. Wolverine is a good choice if they want to go damage, or X-Men. And so that's what I would do, is go events. And then if you're playing with them, which I assume you probably are, I like running support builds next to them. And so like if they're running, and I assume you're building the deck for them, so you kind of have an understanding of what they are running. So I would run like the cleanup stuff. So if they're running a lot of damage, make sure that you're handling threat so that they can kind of just focus on what they're doing. And then as you play more and more, you can kind of expand that out and let them see different aspects of the game. Pun intended. Actually, it wasn't, but close enough. So like if they're running aggression Wolverine, you can run like a Justice Miss Marvel or something and just like clear that threat, let them do the damage, let them feel powerful. And I found that kind of gets that hook into the new players. Yeah. So that's I guess that would be my kind of like advice. I personally really like Gamora for a first hero because Gamora feels like she can do anything. That being said, in multiplayer, you don't have to lean into Gamora or like somebody that can do everything all at once. And so, yeah, I would work with them to see what they want to play, or if there is a hero that they're like really drawn to. If they're like, I love Cyclops, give them Cyclops, let them have fun with it. If that's not the case, I would go with something a little bit more on the simple side: Wolverine, Captain America, Gamora, Captain Marvel, that kind of stuff. So I had a buddy run Cap this weekend to learn. Not sure how well he enjoyed it, but he loved Cap, so that was the choice. Did you find that Captain America was a hard hero for a new player to pilot, Trap It? Have I used invisibility gear yet? I don't think so. I don't even know what invisibility gear is. Or else. An enemy would attack you, discard this, and they scheme instead. That sounds like, honestly, really bad. Just from like a true solo standpoint, not like I get it from like a I guess you could go like status. If you have like a high stun hero, you can like run this, or like maybe Colossus would. Nope, they want to scheme. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like anything that makes a villain scheme. That just scares me. Angel and Wolverine are event heavy heroes that do on aggression. I can play Storm. Oh, Storm's a good one to support. What advice for the villains? So I like the box recommends Rhino. I don't love Rhino, especially if you have someone who knows how to play, because I feel like Rhino gives you 60% of the game just because it's such a short scenario. I would say Absorbing Man is a Rhino that gives you kind of like that full experience of the game and is also a little bit on the easier side. I like Claw. Claw's good. Claw's a little wonky with the double boost cards and everything. I'm trying to think. I would say Angel is, going back to what you were saying, Angel is interesting. I think Angel is a little bit complex, so I would probably avoid Angel unless they're like really like I want to play Angel, and maybe just like walk them through the play lines of Angel because Angel can get a little confusing. Absorbing Man, I think, is the easiest villain in the game. Maybe Risky Business without the house rule stuff, but Wolverine, Cable, Colossus, and Deadpool. Got year 3. Oh, nice. Sure, you can use Ingenuity. Yeah. Oh, I have the eyes right here. Let's go. Ooh, let's grab the T'Challa team up. What, Heart of the Panther? I just really like. That's just such a good card. And if we plan on keeping T'Challa around, Heart of the Panther is going to be something that we can trigger fairly easily. That allows us to go get one of our upgrades and then activate all of them, right? Yep. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then we got 4. I want to grab some more Confuse. I think I'm going to do that. Oh, Skilled Investigator. Such a good card. I'll go 1 Sonic Rifle just to have it. What I usually find myself doing is I don't need to use that Sonic Rifle. A lot of the time, but it's a nice thing to have. I also like to find ways to bring life to certain unused cards. Nice. Browbeat has finally made its way into one of my decks. Ooh, Browbeat is one of them that I have not thought about in a long time. That's awesome. What was I doing? Dazzler? Yeah. Got Dazzler. Go X. Just gonna be this deck. Went to go swim this morning and all the lanes were full. Boo! So I'll swim after. Manifold is money. I do like Manifold. If we're running Manifold, I might as well run one more side scheme as well. Browbeat works for Wasp Hone Technique. Isn't Browbeat a... I don't know what Browbeat is, apparently. Two damage to the villain. Deal X where... Okay. Yeah, so Browbeat could work. Yeah, you want 2 for 5. So like the maximum... Yeah. How do you use it? Quadruple Voltron build on T'Challa and the Dora Milaje? Sick. Took a ton of setup, needed other players to cover. That sounds awesome though. Oh, it's a 2 for 5 on standard. That makes sense. Does it have the mental resource? Nah. Need to grab a couple of events. I'm gonna go with a Lay the Trap because Manifold will be able to pull that fairly easily. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We have 5 cards left. I'm gonna go with a Build Support. That's probably worth it. A build, I don't know. Let's hold off on Build Support. I want a couple more allies. We're gonna grab a Blindfold. There's 1. We're going to grab a Cypher. I want Cypher to have 3 health. Having 2 health is just so sad. It naturally powers itself up for pushing later on. Probably going to add some aggressive energy. Nice. Nice. That'll be cool. I like playing 1 copy of one way or another in every Justice and like clear the area. Yeah. I try and avoid one way or the other just because I think in true solo there are very few decks where the optimal deck is not a one way or another deck. And so I try and avoid it just because I felt like I've played one way or another for every single Justice deck I've built for like a year. And, I guess that's kind of the same thing with X now, but I like Professor X, so shh. So I'm trying to avoid one way or another, just in like a typical deck build. But yes, I agree. One way or another is probably the optimal choice here. Show of Empathy is bonkers good against Mansion Attack. Are they non-elite? Brotherhood non-elite? Ah, wild. Cool. Yeah, let's do a Show of Empathy. And then we've got I want to go 2/4 Justices. 4 Justi. If it didn't have the Avenger trait requirement, it'd be a Miss Marvel deck for sure. Oh, nice. That would be cool. By the way, I purchased Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is so much fun. Miss Marvel is in my top heroes for sure. There's a 4 Justice, and then I want one more ally, I would say. Go Eros isn't bad. Let's go Eros. Eros can come in, confuse a minion, which I think will help a lot with Gravitational Pull or Moonstone, because after Moonstone activates, she gets a tough status card, making it really difficult to kill. So if we're running this status lock, what we can do, throw Eros out there, confuse Moonstone, and then we can flip down easily, prevent an activation from Moonstone so that she's not getting that tough, and then flip back up and kind of take her out at that point. Nice. I'm glad to hear that you're recovering successfully. Not sure if you saw my previous question. How would you do an Aggression Vision? Ooh, bring it. It's a minion. I love the minion summoning and then bring it, because if you stay in intangible form the entire time, you can just collect minions, and then they all attack you with -2, and then you can just play Bring It over and over again, and you can just collect as many minions as you want. And then you run like a boot camp and allies to kind of throw them. Miss Marvel Justice is absurd as a solo player. With one, oh yeah, Miss Marvel Justice is absurd as a solo player, and probably even better as a multiplayer, which is saying something. Miss Marvel Justice is probably among the top 5 best multiplayer decks, I would say. Got Cable Justice is up there. That's kind of an interesting. That'd be interesting. What are the top 5 multiplayer decks? I think Cable Justice would be one. Miss Marvel Justice would be one. Angel Protection could be. Yeah, spoiling for a fight, looking for trouble. Yeah, and then we could, if you're running true solo, you can run boot camp and run all your allies to do the damage for you, and then if you're running multiplayer, you can manage threat. Your wife and I recently tried out the core set of Arkham Horror. Nice, and really enjoyed it. Now we need more, but we already spent all of our money on Marvel Champions. I blame you for this. I will take that blame. I will take that blame. Arkham Horror is great, and if you like the core set, just because I guess like I am just here to continuously push FFG products on people, but if you like the core set, I would say that the core set to Dunwich, which is the first campaign, the full style campaign that Arkham Horror has, is the biggest upgrade in terms of core box to first expansion out of any of the LCGs that I have played. I was lukewarm on the core set when I first played it. This was before I even had a channel, and after playing it again, I enjoyed it. Then I went to Dunwich and I was like, I understand this game now. The Dunwich expansion really kind of showcases what the game can do, and so I would highly recommend checking it out. I had a question for you. Yeah, you used to play standard just because familiarity and teach a lot of others. I don't find my way to expert. What are your reasons for doing expert? I play a lot, and expert gives me, I don't know, it's a nice little challenge. I enjoy it. Now that time has passed, Maria Hill, Nick Fury, Shuri, Silk, Falcon, and Winter Soldier. In terms of fun and power, fun would be Shuri, Falcon, Silk, Winter Soldier, Nick, Maria. In terms of power, Maria, Shuri, Maria, Shuri, Winter Soldier, Silk, Falcon, Nick Fury, True Solo. Best investigators in Arkham. I really like Jacqueline Fine. I think that she's a lot of fun. She like manipulates the chaos bag, and so you basically like get to draw 3 tokens instead of 1 and choose one of them. So that's a lot of fun. I really like Ashcan Pete because you get a little doggo. Doggo runs around with you. That's always fun. I enjoyed Charlie Kane. Charlie is the one that gives you 3 additional ally slots, and he can do some work with that. And so I enjoy Charlie. I played a Ginny Barnes deck, which was okay, but yeah, just trying to make the leap to only play as expert, but I have been convinced to break the mold of familiarity. Oh, you know the first and second. I mean, it's kind of exciting because now it's like a whole new like villain. I just can't get Falcon to click for me. He's a multiplayer hero. I would say he's just a really solid multiplayer hero. What's up, Maddie? Only thing I point out in expert is that it takes way more time than standard. That is true. You're missing punch, missing damage to finish the game. Usually the games I play with him are long. That's true. Yeah, he does want to build out and then run his engine. The Brotherhood Strikes put Save the School environment into play. Shuffle all the copies of main scheme 2A and stack them under this scheme. Shuffle the villains together, and then the top card is the villain. Instead of shuffling, we're going to roll a dice. We're going to re-roll a 5 or a 6. It's a 2. We got Blob. So Blob comes in with 19 health. He's got toughness. And then after Blob attacks and damages a character, we stun that character. So Blob is there. Falcon soars in leadership. I can see that. Okay. When revealed, deal each player a face down encounter card. Advance to the next card in the main scheme deck. Add this card to the victory display. So we are at 1 card in the victory display. And let's go ahead and read Save the School. After the villain is defeated, if there are X villains in the victory display, the players win the game. We're going to go with 2. Normal expert rules is 3. We're going to go with 2 just because 3 is a long game. Otherwise, deal each player an encounter card. Reveal the next villain. Minion, yada yada, they activate. Shuffle these up. We'll re-roll a 5 or a 6. See where we're headed. 6. Re-roll. 3. Where are we at? We are in the atrium. Every character gains steady. So there we are. That is the one that we do not want. So what we're going to do, we're going to use this as a prolonged build phase. So I'm okay if that schemes out. Honestly, I kind of want it to scheme out because I am kind of building all around steady, or not being steady. So being able to let that pop, moving into a different one is going to help us a lot. We get 6 cards. We got a specialized training, turn 1. That's pretty hype. First aid, turn 1. Spider Bites. Dazzler. Elephant's Trunk. And Aja Adana. Team, that is what we would call a decent hand. So we got Elephant's Trunk. Elephant's Trunk can pay for Aja Adana. We got a first aid that can pay for a specialized training. We can exhaust to get something else out. That feels good. That feels real good. Do we mulligan or do we just go for it? You know, I come back to content YouTube for Marvel Champions hot take. I played Borderland very, very briefly, but not a lot. The Last Four Heroes. I pre-ordered film Fatality at the same time. It hasn't come yet. Ah. Let's mulligan, see what happens. Because I think I would prefer a different side scheme if possible. There's a Vibranium suit, an Arrows, and a Lay the Trap. Alright, well, that's fine. So let's go ahead and Arrows and a Lay the Trap will play the Elephant's Trunk. We'll use the Elephant's Trunk to draw into a First Aid. First Aid will play Aja Adana. We will use the Vibranium suit to play Specialized Training, which will come out with 5 threats. We will exhaust Aja Adana to shuffle Vibranium suit back in. Then we will exhaust Shuri and go find probably Panther's Claws. Yeah, we'll go with Panther's Claw. No, we will. No, we're not. We're gonna go with our beads. Where are we at? The beads. That's gonna give us the ability to confuse. I suspect that we'll have one more turn that we can sit down here and let Blob kind of scheme out like crazy. Ideally, we'll be able to thwart 1. I'm assuming he's going to scheme for 4, which will put us at 6. If we can scheme, or if we can thwart for 1 with like an ally, that would help us not have Blob scheme on the second scheme. I'm excited for your Friday stream. I need to watch and ask questions. I'm getting good with Final Girl. I also need to learn how to get good at Final Girl. But I'm excited for it too. We're going to be playing some of the promo stuff. Tried to be sweet and tell my girlfriend she was my final girl, and she laughed and said, "Oh, great, you want to kill?" That's good. All right, let's stand up. Shuri has got Heart of the Panther, Show of Empathy, Genius, Manifold, T'Challa. Well, that's exciting. And a 4 Justice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're going to go 1 thread here to take this up to 2. And then Blob is going to scheme for 2, 4, take us up to 6. Better than winning to kill her. There you go. try telling her that and see how that works. First up, we got Protect the Students. We've got, comes in with 4. Player defeated this game searches their deck and discard power for an ally and adds it to their hand. That makes it a little bit harder to deal with that. Homeless Superior. This card gains Surge into a Moonstone. Excellent. That's what you want on turn 1. Ah. Yikes. Okay. So that's fun. Terrifying. Cool. Alrighty. Yikes. Let's Elephant's Trunk to draw 1. It's a Justice served. Okay, how do we do this? We want to go to T'Challa here. T'Challa can thwart, protect the students. Clear, protect the students. Or no, that's going to be 2, 3. Shuri can attack here. No, Shuri's going to thwart here. Do 1. T'Challa's going to attack and ping there. We got Heart of the Panther. We're going to put a Black Panther upgrade into play. Yikes. And then we can trigger the beads and clear 1 off of the atrium, so we don't pop the atrium. Moonstone is scary. This is not great. Okay. Is there anything in here that we want to shuffle back in? Not really. We are going to get an ally. I don't think that matters. I could go get Professor X and not play Heart of the Panther. Play Professor X. Stun Moonstone. Now we're talking. I think that's the move. I think that's what we do is we play T'Challa. We have Shuri and T'Challa take out Protect the Students. Grab Professor X. Play X. Stun Moonstone, so Moonstone is not going to activate, so Moonstone won't get the tough status card. We have a block for Blob. We will have taken this down so that we don't pop that. X can thwart off specialized training. I like it. That's great. Alrighty, let's go ahead and use these resources to play T'Challa. Let's go ahead and flip up to Shuri. T'Challa is going to attack Moonstone for 2. When T'Challa activates, we get to trigger a upgrade. So we're going to trigger the beads. Black Panther will thwart here for 2. Then we will trigger the upgrade and remove the last threat from here. Then we go get an ally from our hand, or from our deck, which is Professor X. Now that would be fun if there was evolutions in champions. That'd be fun. Oh yeah, X can stun a minion. Yeah, right. We'll use these to drop Professor X onto the table. Why did I think that I could thwart that? I don't know. X is gonna thwart. X is gonna thwart here. I don't want to be on. Oh shoot, Moonstone has. Each character gains steady. Moonstone has steady. Okay, we're gonna stun. We're gonna thwart here instead. We're gonna let the main pop, just so that they lose steady. And then we don't have a activation. Yeah, that's better. Ajadana will go grab Spider Bites. Throw that back in. I'm slipping Moonstone into someone's Clefairy deck at the local Pokemon tournament to see if it plays better. Nice. That's awesome. Alrighty. Let's stand up. I hate popping the main like this. I would much rather get a free trip down and let them scheme out. But here we are. So Black Panther, we get 5 cards. We got Clawed Strike, On the Prowl, Sonic Rifle, and a On the Prowl. Alrighty, there you go. We'll add 1, which will pop. When revealed, flip this card. Each character gains Retaliate 1. That's also not what we wanted. Alright, here we are. Down to 1 threat there. Every character has Retaliate 1, which is going to rip apart T'Challa. So I think T'Challa is going to be focusing on thwarting more than attack right now. We could do a custom hero for Ash. That would be cool. All about allies and making minions into allies. That'd be really cool. Yeah, if you defeat a minion, you have a chance to like capture them. That'd be cool. Blob's going to attack. We're going to block with Professor X. X dice. And Moonstone is actually stunned this time. Our encounter card is Toad. Forgot how many stupid minions there are in this deck. Alrighty. What are we doing? Got a Clawed Strike. It's just not a great hand. We're only going to be able to play 1 card. Show of Empathy is literally a Pokeball. Yeah. Yeah. Best aspect card, Ready for a Fight. I think Ready for a Fight is the best protection card in the game. Thanks, I hate it. Okay. So. What's really annoying is T'Challa's gonna die. Because I have a T'Challa activation, a Shuri activation, and a Quad Strike / On the Prowl, which is 3 instant or iterations of the beads, which clears all of the threat on the table. So T'Challa's best course of action is to attack. Or what if we do it like this? What if we have T'Challa take Toad out? So if Black Panther attacks Toad, Black Panther will take the retaliate. T'Challa then can do this. But then we're missing out on a specialized training activation. We don't necessarily... we do. We miss out on a specialized training activation, which is a little annoying. Not the end of the world, but it's just sad. I wish I had another... I think we're going to trigger the beads and confuse Blob. And then shuffle it back in with Aja. Master Ball captures everything. Chobe, he doesn't. What's up, Otter? Some of the protection cards coming out in Civil War feel like they should be then in the first week. Like I can do this all day. Cuts both ways. Yeah. The dual stat increase upgrades are going to be really fun. I'm looking forward to that for sure. If we flip down, we're having Moonstone Scheme on us for 2 plus a boost, so we shouldn't lose the game. Which is... that's what you want. I think we have to stay up. Unfortunately. We haven't built out our alter ego side yet, so I think we do need to stay up, and we're just going to take a lot of hits. I think T'Challa has to chump here. We have to get rid of Moonstone. Moonstone is not great. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and have Black Panther attack Toad for 1. We'll trigger the beads to remove this, and then Toad has retaliate. T'Challa will go ahead and take Toad out. We'll trigger the beads to remove 1 here, which will clear specialized training. Then I need to go find... go attack? I think it's attack, right? I don't like Valkyrie. Yeah. I like her in multiplayer. Like in 4-player, she's good. And she's really good when she can focus and specialize on just like minion slaying, but... sorry, my mind just went... I could play Sonic Rifle. I could confuse both of them and be safe on a flip down. I think that's the play. So when T'Challa did that, I'm going to trigger the beads and confuse Blob. Yeah. I do need to do that. I could give myself more health. I don't hate it. I play... I think that's fair. Yeah, I don't pull Vision out too frequently. I do like Vision, though. There's a lot of heroes in the game at this point. I think I go attack. I think there's a lot of damage out here that's needed with all the minions and stuff. So I think I'm going to go attack. Now I have to find out. I have to remember where I put it. like a crazy person. I just shoved all my cards off screen. But it is not in a sleeve, so it's easy to find. Cool. We'll go combat. The one of the main reasons that I'm not going with the more health is once we get Queen Ramonda out, health is kind of irrelevant, especially if we are going confused, and so we can have like a ton of we can have a ton of health. Like, sorry, my talking and thinking is hard. Shuri, find her way to the top 10 favorite heroes. I don't know if she's in. I would say she's probably in the top 10. I really like Shuri. Let's go with the Sonic Rifle. We'll use the Sonic Rifle charge to confuse Moonstone. Flip down. Elephant's Trunk to draw into a Spider Bites. Oh, Aja Donna, our beads back into the deck. We're definitely going to hang on to Spider Bites because that's going to be able to stun Moonstone and Blob on the flip back up, so that'll be nice, but we will go ahead and toss. Or do we hang on to Claude Strike? This is our entire play next turn. If we don't do anything else, we will have 2 more cards with a combat and a Elephant's Trunk. Claude Strike feels good though. We're going to hang on to it. We may not play it, but at least it gives us the option. Who's my favorite hero? I've always said Domino. Miss Marvel is also a lot of fun. I think it's like Domino, Miss Marvel, are kind of like the. I've always said Quicksilver is really fun as well. I do flip down to Alter Ego. This is actually a face mask. This is not what I look like in real life. We got a Strength. That's exciting. A Vibranium Suit. A First Aid. Beautiful. Ahaha. T'Challa, you're back. 2, 4, 5. And a Skilled Investigator. Let's stand up. Let's increase threat to 2. Confuse. Encounter card is Dark Designs. Of course it is. Place 1. He's going to scheme for 2. After this activation, put 1 here. So we go up to 4. Alrighty. There's one of our Dark Designs gone. So that's nice. And let's it's Elephant's Trunk to draw into a 4 Justice. Okay. Combat, we can draw and play either a Clawed Strike or Vibranium Suit. I don't hate it. I do not hate it. We're going to stun everybody with the Spider Bites. 1 damage to the villain, and each minion engaged with that player, you may discard this card to stun each of those enemies. So those will be stunned. That'll be nice. Nelson nowhere near cards. Nice. That's great. That's really, really good. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and flip up to Black Panther. Skilled Investigator gets played, which are cut off guard tech. We've got a a Strength to play Spider Bites. I'm going to thwart 2 off of the main here. Take this down to 2. Deal a damage, and then I'm going to discard so that we can stun both of the enemies. We do have a Under Surveillance coming hopefully fairly soon. We have a fairly thin deck, and so that will help me feel better. We'll use a 4 Justice to play a... Oh, shoot, I didn't draw a card because I did... Oh, no! Woo! That's fine. Instead, I'm going to attack Moonstone instead of thwarting here. So I will go down to 9. T'Challa can thwart there in a second. Then we'll combat specialist to draw into a float like a butterfly. Dang it, I need to play that. Grumble. We could just have T'Challa not activate, and I think that would be fine. I do feel like we want to get float onto the table and not a vibranium suit. Yeah. Let's go ahead and use vibranium suit to play first aid to heal T'Challa. We'll go ahead and use these two to play float. We could also not play skilled investigator. Nah, it's fine. Well, Aja Donna to go ahead and throw spider bites back into the mix. We're not going to use... we probably should use T'Challa to thwart. We'll have T'Challa thwart. I should have used T'Challa before I got rid of the spider bites. That was silly on me. That was silly. Go down to 2. T'Challa has a damage. Let's stand up. I'm gonna go ahead and Sonic Rifle and confuse Blob. It's not worth holding on to it. I will flip down before Blob gets flipped, and so we might as well just confuse, and that protects us against any of the extra activations as well as a Dark Design in the deck. So we got Energy, Panther's Claws, nice. Justice Served, nice. Superpower Training, and a Queen Ramonda. It's not very hard to confuse Blob. Touche. So we got a 1 here. We got a stun and a stun. Our encounter card is Psychological Manipulation. Deal X damage to the friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points, where X is your hero's attack. So that's going to take out T'Challa, because we have +1. No, my boy. Alrighty. Chicken, thank you so very much for the subscription. For your buy the same token code. The buy the same token code is all over 5. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Been obsessing over defining how to deck build each of the heroes since your last play with Rocket. What do you think about a basic card with the acceleration token that gives you the aerial trait and 2 more hit points? Like a jetpack? That'd be cool. You're not weak. You're happy. Okay. Energy will play a Claws. Black Panther will attack for 2/4 damage here. We'll take 1 back. Combat Specialist will draw us into a Spider Bites. No, I needed that. I needed that first. Okay. Beans. We've got a Justice Served. We'll play a Superpower Training. Comes in with 3. We'll use Spider Bites to play a Queen Ramonda. Aja Donna is going to shuffle Spider Bites back in. Or T'Challa. 2, 4, 6. We're going to go do Spider Bites and T'Challa next turn. How'd you play Shuri in your favorite heroes? I think I would put her in the top 10. I did say maybe not top 5, but it may be right around that 5 position. Trying to think of like where... Oh, we're going to get rocked, actually. This isn't great. Up to 4. Moonstone's going to scheme out. This is... Okay, we getting hit for 4 plus 2 boost. We'll survive. Worst case scenario, we defend. Yikes. Okay, let's see what happens. We got our beads. Wakanda Forever. That's going to be nice. Ingenuity. Blindfold. Under surveillance. Okay, we're going to have to figure that out. Let's go up to 4. Blob's going to attack us for 2 plus a boost card. I think we defend this one. We might as well defend this one. Because I need to take a second retaliate with the claws. Yeah, we'll defend this one. It's going to be 2. The villain is Pyro. He gets an additional. It's going to be a 3rd. So we take 1 damage and we get stunned. And then we will trigger Panther's Claws to clear stun. Moonstone is going to attack us for 2. 4. We go down to 2 health. And then Moonstone gets a tough status card. First, Hopping Mad. Toad activates against you. If he's not in play, you go find Toad and put him into play. Okay, that's not great. You should absolutely try Thunderbolts in another scenario. It's fun. It's a good time. Okay. Pass on Under Surveillance, which is sad. We can go Beads, Confuse, Moonstone. Remove a threat from here so that we don't pop it. Oh my gosh. This is not good. Don't love it. We do have a Panther's Claws, 5 damage here. So we're at 8 out of 16. If we go 5 more with Piercing, I think that's going to be a next turn thing. I think we have to confuse Moonstone. What if instead we play Blindfold, but then Moonstone's going to scheme out? Is there a world in which we play Ingenuity? There is a world in which we play Ingenuity. I think we have to confuse Moonstone, though. I don't think we get out of this without confusing Moonstone. And I think that is only Beads, and then we have to play Wakanda Forever. That's our only line to confuse at this point. Dazzler's in our discard pile? Because that could also be a... Dazzler is in our discard pile. Sad. I was going to say, if Dazzler's in one of these 3 cards, we could roll the dice, flip down, draw 2 cards, and hopefully draw into Dazzler, in which case I think that would solve a lot of the issues. But that's not going to happen. Blob and Moonstone both get retaliated as well. That is correct. Yeah, so this is a forced response. After Moonstone activates, give her a tough status card. The forced response happens. So this tough is actually gone. The retaliate gets hit there. And then, thank you. Good catch. I don't think I can confuse. The villain is confused right now. I need to confuse Moonstone, but I don't think I can confuse without playing my entire hand. Because I have to play the beads, and then I have to play Wakanda Forever to trigger the beads since I'm exhausted. So I don't have like a way to trigger a confuse other than Wakanda Forever. And I may not trigger Panther's Claws. I probably will. Because I have Queen Ramonda, I'm going to heal for 8. Yeah. I have to defend. Let's just do it. I think we have to. So Ingenuity and Blindfold will play the beads. We'll use Under Surveillance to play Wakanda Forever. We'll trigger the beads to take this down to 3. Then we'll discard the beads to confuse Moonstone. Okay. Do we Panther's Claws here? I think we do. Let's go ahead and Panther's Claws. We'll trigger the entire thing and take Toad out. Okay. That makes me feel better. I didn't think about using it to take him out, so that worked out. We're going to flip down. We're going to go Queen Ramonda to heal for 4. Well, Elephant's Trunk to draw into a Vibranium. Oh yeah, all my Vibraniums are at the bottom. Ugh. And then we will Aja Donna to... I also have Float Like a Butterfly. That's fine. Yeah. Panther's Claws? We did say T'Challa, but I think we need one of our upgrades instead. So instead of... let's go with our beads. Let's throw our beads in there. We're about to just draw those, so let's stand up. Whew. Are there no aspect or basic cards that can flip a character or a card that flips more than once per turn? Ready for a Fight, I think, is the only one. There are a couple of hero cards, but I think Ready for a Fight is the only one. Oh yeah, good call, no feet. Black Cat Hero, that'd be cool. I think the only thing that I can think of is like Body Slide by Cable, which is a hero card. That could do it. We got our beads, our Vibranium, our Spider Bites, an encounter card, and 2 more cards. If I could draw Wakanda Forever right now, that would actually be pretty hype. I feel like that would be nice. Although Spider Bites is going to be good because I can stun both of these suckers. You think Miles has... Miles does have one. He has double life. Yes, good call. Did you have Raft in your deck? I should have. I always forget how many minions are actually in Mansion Attack, so I didn't put it in there. But I 100% should have put Raft in there. Yep. X is exciting. And Dazzler is not as exciting, but still exciting. Sick. Okay. Let's survive this. Go up to 4. We're confused. First card is Hopping Mad. Toad activates. Dude, Toad is getting into this fight, man. I'm telling you. And then we've got Immovable Blob activates against us. 2. Yep, there we go. That's game. Ah. That was brutal. We're going to try it again. I feel like the game would have gone a lot smoother if we didn't get a Thunderbolt minion on turn 1. I do want to add in the Raft. We're going to throw in the Raft here. I was fairly happy with how long we were able to actually hang on, though. Alrighty. 1 there. We're good. Let's grab the Raft. What kind of non-stream games do you play off stream? Spirit Island. Play a lot of Spirit Island. When we have game days, I like Euros. I like engine builders. Yeah, the main schemes were a little rough. We got it. Ultimate Fighter, no. Man, I really wanted that win. I felt that would have been a really satisfying win. It's always satisfying if you can win with Thunderbolt turn 1. Alrighty. We will re-roll a 5 or a 6. We roll a 5 or a 6. That's a 1. Hey, it's Blob again. Nice. If you like dueling games, you should try out. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I am not the biggest fan of dueling games. I guess I don't know if that's true. I enjoy dueling games. My wife does not. Each character gains steady again. Alrighty. Well, that's happening. Which, like, I think characters gaining steady, I'm okay to do it while we build. Toad is the first villain is the worst. I don't like Pyro. Yeah, Toad sucks. Toad sucks. I don't like Pyro. Pyro I think is a lot of causes a lot of issues because you have to like heal. And that always throws me some issues. Japper is your wife's favorite 2-player. Nice. I've heard really good things about Japper. I mean, it's like unmatched, but with some interesting deck control. Oh, cool, nice. But yeah, no, I think Toad is also really, really bad. I would prefer Blob or Avalanche as my first one. Got 3. I like how this is just a straight up rematch. Gotta lay the trap. First aid, Vibranium, Justice served, on the prowl, and a specialized training. We're gonna mulligan these 4. We got our beads. We've got an energy. Give me something else to pay for. Under surveillance. No, I don't want to. Oh, a Vibranium suit. Perfect. Okay. I was like, I don't want to put under surveillance out there. Let's use an under surveillance to play a specialized training. It's going to come with 5. We got a Vibranium to play a Vibranium suit. We got an energy to play a beads. And then we are going to exhaust Shuri. What if we don't play specialized training? What if we play, because Sonic Rifle's tech, so we could actually play Sonic Rifle for 1. I didn't even think about that. Is that better? And we can just hold specialized. We're not doing anything to specialize this round. So this is our hand. So we're gonna exhaust Shuri. We're gonna take a look at it because we already have our beads. We already have Vibranium suit. We could go with claws. I think spider bites could be another, but we can get spider bites later. I do really like specialized training. Specialized training is really, really good, especially in a justice deck, because like you're kind of built around removing threat. Stat boost, card draw. It's 5 threat for an Avengers Mansion, basically, is how I'm looking at it, plus the stat boost. But yeah, I do really like specialized training. I think we're going to play Sonic Rifle here. So we will use under surveillance, reducing the cost by 2. We got a Sonic Rifle, we'll hold specialized. She does build faster than Iron Man. Alrighty. Hold on to that. We have 2 things here. Or do we just do that next turn? No, I probably need an activation for next turn. Yeah. So we got specialized. We got Dazzler. That's exciting. Heart of the Panther. First aid. 4 justice. Oh, 4 justice for specialized training and an arrows. Beautiful. We'll go 1 here. Blob is going to scheme for 2. Hey, and there goes the Dark Designs. Nice. Takes us up to 4. Got 2 encounter cards. T'Challa's Shadow. Good, 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 good. Increase the resource cost of each card you play by 1. After you thwart, attack, or defend, we're going to remove a doubts counter from there. Yikes. Okay. And then we've got Pyro. After Pyro attacks, you discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Take 1 direct damage for each printed resource icon discarded this way. Alrighty. How are we going to do this? Stupid T'Challa's shadow. Just had a thought. What if we built Dexter represents variants of established characters? A weapon-focused Peter Parker. Oh, that's cool. That's fair. It sets me. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't think it's the worst thing. Even though it's on turn 1, it'll be gone next round. So I don't know if it's the worst thing I've ever seen. What if we play arrows? I need to get rid of T'Challa. We need to flip up. So I think if we go arrows, we can confuse Pyro, which doesn't do us any good. I can thwart for 3. I think I need to take Pyro out. Stupid indirect damage. If I flip up, I'll probably be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Is there anything that I want to do while I'm flipped down? I don't think so. So let's go ahead and flip up to Black Panther. I think I probably want to go specialized training here. Or do I want to attack Pyro? That'd actually maybe the play. What if we pass on specialized training, it's sad. We do have a manifold to get it back, so that's fine. So let's toss these 5. We'll play Dazzler. We're going to confuse Blob. He is steady, which is annoying. But as soon as we pop that, he is confused. We're going to attack Pyro. And then we'll remove a threat from here to remove 2 counters. Pyro has 1 damage. Dazzler will go ahead and throw 2 damage on to Pyro. And we will stand up. We got a Manifold. Nice. Float like a butterfly. Genius. Skilled Investigator. And a Superpower Training. Okay. Punisher would be cool. Punisher would be really cool. We're going to go up to 4. Blob is going to attack us. I'm going to block with Dazzler. Mainly, I don't want to get stunned. That's the big thing. I would probably take the hit if he didn't have the stun thing. So +2. That takes out Dazzler. Pyro is going to attack us for 0. Then discard the top 2. We got... Oh, there goes T'Challa. And Wakanda Forever. That's tough. Alrighty. At least it wasn't Aja Donna. And our encounter card. Pyromaniac. Pyro activates against you. Alrighty. We're going to discard Vibranium and a Show of Empathy for 3 damage. Ow. Kind of hope we get Punisher's surveillance van from the Spider-Man animated series. Guns coming out of the roof. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and attack. Trigger Vibranium Suit to heal and deal... Oh! I guess we'll attack, heal, and deal 1 there. So Pyro is taken out. That is 2 more, so we get rid of T'Challa's shadow. Okay. Let's go Skilled Investigator. Superpower Training and Genius will play Manifold. After Manifold enters play, choose a player that searches their deck and discard Pyro for a player's side scheme, which will be Specialized Training. Adds it to their hand. Then we'll use Float to play Specialized Training. Manifold will thwart 2 off of specialized training, taking it down to 3. Okay, I'm going to flip down and we'll stand up. He is not. That's fine. He's not confused. He'll scheme out and I'm okay with that. We've got a Clawed Strike, Elephant's Trunk, beautiful, Justice Served, okay, Spider Bites, Aja Adana, and a Panther's Claws. All of the good cards. Go up to 5. Blob's going to scheme for a lot, which will pop. Next up, we got Retaliate. What? Did I even shuffle these? Maybe I didn't. Oh, well. We're getting a true rematch, I guess. And Blob is now confused. And there's Moonstone. Alrighty. It's happening, team. It is happening. Sick. Alrighty. What do we want to do? Jeez. Okay. How do we want to go about doing this? I definitely want to play Aja Adana. I definitely want to play Spider Bites. I probably want to trigger Spider Bites so that I can stun Blob and Moonstone, which means that I don't need Manifold to block. So Manifold can thwart down Specialized Training. Sure, you can finish Specialized Training, but we miss out on a Specialized Training activation again. We're flipping up regardless. I think what we'll probably do is pass on the Elephant's Trunk. Ooh, okay, hold up. What if we Clawed Strike? Pass on Elephant's Trunk, Aja Adana, Elephant's Trunk back in. And then Clawed Strike can trigger our beads, which can clear Specialized Training, getting us an attack. Skilled Investigator gets us a card. The attack gets us a card, which then allows us to play Spider Bites. But then we don't have to play Aja Adana first. Okay. Yeah, Shuri's thinky, man. But I think we got it. I think we'll be able to play Spider Bites, be able to trigger Spider Bites off of our attack. Manifold will be able to clear here with the Clawed Strike for the beads. We will then get a card from Skilled Investigator, which will be enough to play Spider Bites. We can attack, and then we'll have a card to play Aja Adana. Oh, the Retaliate will help with the Vibranium Suit. That is true. That is very true. Yeah. Okay. So nothing that we're doing while we're down here. We're going to flip back up to Black Panther. We're going to use Panther's Claws in the Elephant's Trunk to play Clawed Strike, which will deal 4 damage, and we're going to trigger the beads to take this down to 2. So this is 4. Then I take a damage here. Manifold will thwart and clear Specialized Training, which will get us Combat Specialist. Skilled Investigator will trigger to draw us into a Clawed Strike. We use Justice Served and Clawed Strike to play Spider Bites. Then our basic activation here will be for 2 damage because we have a +1 attack now. Where's my +1? Where'd I put it? Oh, there it is. +1 attack. Then we get to trigger Combat Specialist to draw into a Strength. We will overpay for Aja Adana. We take a Retaliate, by the way. When we attack, we're going to trigger Spider Bites. This is not an attack, So we'll deal a damage here and a damage here. And stun both of these guys. So stun. Stun. Aja Adana is going to shuffle in the elephant trunk, probably. Because I plan on flipping down next turn. The elephant's trunk is going to help us get more cards. Okay. I like that. We're going to draw two. Yeah, so we will probably see this. It's a decent chance we will see it. Especially if we attack before we flip down. We also have a Queen Ramonda coming in, which will be really clutch. We only have one Wakanda Forever, I believe. Yeah, I think it's only one, and it's 2 Vibraniums. That's what it is. Okay, we'll stand up. We'll draw into a Blindfold, First Aid, Ingenuity. Nice, because we're flipping down. Queen Ramonda, beautiful. And a 4 Justice. Okay. Not the best, but we still have some card draw. Stun, stun. The counter card is Master Plan. We got to protect the students, which can get us an ally, which makes 4 Justice a lot more exciting to play. And we have a Skilled Investigator. That's kind of exciting. Yeah, that's hype. Okay. Let's go ahead and play Blindfold First Aid to play 4 Justice. It's going to clear protect the students, and we get to go find a ally and add it to our hand. I think I want that to be... Actually, we're going to use arrows. We're going to grab arrows here. Because then we can confuse Moonstone and preserve our Sonic Rifle. So that's kind of hype. Shuri is going to attack here for 2. So we're going to go up to 9. We will go down to 4 health. And we will Combat Specialist to draw into an Elephant Trunk. Nice. Oh, and Skilled Investigator also draws us from defeating that side scheme. It's an On the Prowl. Beautiful. Let's flip down to Shuri. Let's Aja Adana. Actually, let's figure out our life first. Okay, so I want to play all of the cards. But what we can do is we can guarantee playing one of these cards next turn. So if we use like Elephant's Trunk and On the Prowl to play arrows, we can then Aja Adana to shuffle Elephant's Trunk back in to the deck. Then we go Queen Ramonda. If we go Queen Ramonda to play and On the Prowl to play Elephant's Trunk, we can shuffle in Aja Adana. We get a card back, which could be here, but then we can play arrows as well, and we have Elephant's Trunk out. We could shuffle in... We could shuffle in a Vibranium. Yeah, Lord of the Rings is tomorrow. I forgot my response when I basic attack. Oh yeah, sick. Thank you. I did. I'm going to heal 1 and deal 1. Up to 10. I think I have to play arrows, or else I run a huge risk of losing the game. So I think it's, do I play Ingenuity? Do I play Ingenuity? Ooh, interesting. I think I want the Elephant's Trunk more than Queen Ramon, but the healing is so nice. I'm going to go... Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play Ingenuity. We're going to Aja Adana Queen Ramonda back into the 1-card deck. And then we will use Ingenuity, Elephant's Trunk to play arrows. Confused Moonstone. Arrows will thwart this down to 0. Okay. A little clunky, but I think we're going to be happier in the long run with that. So we got Queen Ramonda, X, an encounter card. Just read that Web Slinger, the Cowboy Spider-Man, has a horse called the Widow, who was bitten by the same spider as him. They can talk telepathically with each other. They call it Rider Sense. That's amazing. That's really, really fun. Dude, comics are insane. Okay. Dazzler, On the Prowl, Blindfold, Panther's Claws. We're going to add 1. We're confused. We got 2 encounter cards. First one being Homo Superior. Good. Good. Ugh. I hate it. Okay. So Moonstone now has plus 10 hit points. So that sucks. So Moonstone has 26 health. Moonstone has 16 health left. That's brutal. That's so brutal. Gross. Alrighty then. Cool. Ingenuity will play Queen Ramonda. Queen Ramonda will heal me for 4. I think that's non-negotiable. I really want to attack so I can get my card draw here. But I think I need to go get my stun, my spider beads. So I'm going to exhaust to go get spider beads, or spider bites, put it into play. Yeah, we have to... It's another not super great situation here. Let's flip up. Let's use Dazzler and Blindfold. Yeah. To play On the Prowl, which will clear here. And trigger Spider Bites to deal a damage to each one of these guys. And stun them both. I hate it. I hate it so much. And then we will Aja Donna the Spider Bites back into the deck. Okay. Okay. Stand up. Homo Superior on Moonstone is a giant setback. I'm going to keep both of them. On the Prowl. Lay the Trap. Float like a butterfly. Okay. Okay. We got 1 stun. Encounter card is Psychological Manipulation. Deal X damage to the friendly character with the fewest hit points remaining, where X is your attack. By arrows. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright. So, now what we are going to do is hopefully not die. I think I want to play Float. Yeah. Ingenuity, Lay the Trap will play Float like a butterfly. increasing the amount of damage that we deal to each confused enemy by 1. We are going to Sonic Rifle to confuse Moonstone. Black Panther is going to basic attack for 3 here. We take 1 damage, and then Combat Specialist will draw us into a Justice Served. I did not trigger any of these. I'll trigger a Vibranium Suit to move 1 damage here. Takes 2 damage, actually. So this goes to 5. And then Retaliate will just take me back down to 1. I don't know if I took a Retaliate the first time I attacked, so I'm going to go down to 7. I think we are going to have it so that we'll use these 3 to play Professor X. We'll confuse Blob. Moonstone will attack and get a tough status card, but I think we can get around it fairly easily. So I'm not too concerned. Aja Donna is going to shuffle our claws back in. Yeah. Okay. We got the engine set up. Moonstone only has 11 health left. Gosh. X will thwart this down to 0. I guess X could hit Moonstone for 1. And we'll stand up. Okay. We've got a superpower training, a first aid, 4 justice, justice served, and a first aid. That's a trash hand, my friends. Yikes. Let's go 1. Blob's going to attack. We'll block with X. It's going to be 2, 4. And then we're going to get hit for 2, 5. Ow. Then retaliate 1 here. And she gets a tough. Actually, the tough gets knocked by the retaliate. Encounter card is immovable. Blob activates against you. Uh-oh. We'll defend. Okay. We only get a counter. Thank goodness. Holy cow. We will move a damage. So when we defend, we'll throw 2 damage here. And we'll take a retaliate. And then Blob takes a retaliate from the attack. Well, now the first aids feel pretty good just for me to use by myself. All right, let's go with a Ingenuity to play a superpower training. Comes in with 3. Got a Justice served and a first aid to play a 4 Justice to clear superpower training. And then we will go find we go Panther's Claws or do we go Spider Bites? I think we go Spider Bites here. Because I'd rather have the ability to stun them. Okay. Skilled Investigator will trigger to draw us into a Panther's Claws. Alrighty. Let's flip down to Shuri. Queen Ramonda will heal us for 4. Panther's Claws will play first aid to heal us for 2. It's going to take us up to 8. Then we will Aja Donna to shuffle in probably Panther's Claws. I need T'Challa or some. I need some of my cards in there. Okay. Let's stand up. We got Vibranium, Strength. Give me T'Challa, Energy. Don't do this to me. Clawed Strike. That's 4. There we go. 5. It's beautiful. It's an amazing hand. I love it so much. Ah ha ha. Sometimes the Marvel Champions gods are good. We'll go 1 here. We're going to scheme out. Don't worry. Encounter card, Immovable. Blob's going to scheme for 2. 4. If it has aerial, it does not. So we go up to 6. Okay, well, we almost schemed out. So that's terrifying. Squad. Okay. But we're fine. We got Queen Ramonda to heal us to full. That's exciting. Okay. We have got a flip up to Panther. We've got a Strength and a Vibranium. We'll play T'Challa. We've got a Energy. We'll play a Heart of the Panther. So we get to go find a Panther upgrade, which is our Panther's Claws. I think is in here, right? Yeah. And we get to activate all of these. Well, actually, before we do that, this is 2, 5, 6. Before we, yeah, we're fine. We're gonna do that. So we're gonna do 1 damage here. No, because hold on. Let's do Panther's Claws first. We'll do 2 damage here. We take a damage from a retaliate. So Panther's Claws is done. We will do Vibranium Suit. We will move a damage. So we heal, deal 1, and then we take 1 right back. So we're at 20 damage here. We've got 6 health left. We've got Beads. We'll remove a threat, take it down to 5. And then we've got Spider Bites. We'll deal a damage here, as well as to the villain. And then we'll discard Spider Bites so that we can stun both of them. Okay. We will go ahead and basic attack Moonstone for 2. We will take Retaliate 1. We will trigger Panther's Claws for 2 damage. So Moonstone has 1 health left. Combat Specialist will draw us into a Manifold. Okay. T'Challa will thwart 2 here. Takes us down to 3. Then we will trigger a Vibranium Suit to take out Moonstone. And thank goodness Moonstone is gone. This is a big swing for us. Okay. Let's go ahead and Sonic Rifle Blob to confuse him. Probably should have done that before I triggered everything, but here we are. And then we will use a Ingenuity and a Manifold to play Clawed Strike to deal 5 damage to Blob. We take a Retaliate. I'll deal 3 more damage to Blob. Goes down to 7. And I take another Retaliate. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Aja Idana. We'll shuffle in. We got Spider Bites as an option. Vibranium as a really solid option. Honestly, I think it's going to be a Vibranium. I would rather have the Vibranium at this point, because I know I have some higher cost cards coming in. That was a really good hand. That was a really, really solid hand for us. Okay. Stand up. We've got Vibranium, Clawed Strike, Show of Empathy, 4 Justice, and a First Aid. Beautiful. Go up to 4. Blob is stunned. Our encounter card is a Avalanche. Show of Empathy. Threat is removed from the scheme. Place that threat on a non-elite minion. If If it has threat on it equal to or greater than its remaining hit points, add Show of Empathy to the victory display and attach one set-aside copy of Redemption to that minion. So we can take Avalanche now if we want. It's actually kind of interesting because I actually don't know if I want to redeem them. I want to kill them pretty quick though, I think, because all of like the Brotherhood beatdowns would still trigger because they're still in play. So that may be a little scary. I'll have to keep an eye and think about that. Let's play Show of Empathy. Comes in with 6. Let's go ahead and have Black Panther attack for 3 here. Takes us down to 4. Triggering Combat Specialist, which will draw us into a Genius. We take a Retaliate. We get to trigger one of these. We're going to Beads to remove a threat here. We're going to Genius for a 4 Justice. To remove, add this to the victory display and take Avalanche. Thwart is equal to the scheme. It takes 1 consequential damage after it thwarts or attacks. Okay. So we have to be a little careful about that because Avalanche is going to exhaust us if we draw a Brotherhood beatdown, which is annoying. I don't think that counts as us defeating a side scheme, so... No, I've had way too much caffeine this morning already. Appreciate it, though. T'Challa. We'll go ahead and thwart 2 here. Then we'll trigger a Vibranium suit. So we'll deal 2 damage here. Avalanche will go ahead and thwart 1. Ingenuity will play a first aid to heal T'Challa. I'm going to flip down to Alter Ego. Queen Ramonda will heal us up to 10. Then we've got Aja Adana shuffling. Is the Elephant's Trunk in there, or did I just forget to shuffle it in eventually? No, it's still in there. Sweet. Probably Spider Bites. Seems pretty good. Will you lose Avalanche if he appears as the next villain? I probably will, yeah. So I don't plan on pushing Blob. I want to capitalize on this Confuse. Probably Chump Block with Avalanche, and then I'll push. But they retain the title. So... he will still have Avalanche, and Brotherhood Beatdown states if Avalanche is in play, exhaust the character you control. So he is in play. This bottom part is the text box, not the top. Alrighty. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to go get a refill, and then I'll be right back. Dang, I've been streaming for 1 hour and 45 minutes. This is how I know I like this hero, because it has felt like it's been 45 minutes. Nice. I'll see y'all very soon. It says for each of the following enemies. Is he no longer an enemy? I don't think he is. So maybe, yeah. So we should be fine then. Cool. Okay. Well, yeah. Thanks for checking on that. I appreciate that. I feel like a dog sitting near the door. Nice. We're gonna toss Clawed Strike, and we'll stand up. Vibranium. Spider Bites. Under Surveillance. Sick. Elephant's Trunk. And the last card, a Wakanda Forever. Okay. Okay. I think what we're going to do is I said that we were going to go through two of these stages. I think because it's already been 2 hours, we're just going to do all 3 of them. Yeah, we're going to do all 3 of them instead of doing a second game. I have a meeting that I'm going to have to get to. So I don't think I have time for a second or a third game, but I think we'll just go through and play this as it is supposed to be played. All right. Sweet. I'm going to go 1. Confuse. First encounter card is a Sinister Strike. We're going to place 1, and this is going to surge into a Under Siege. 3 threat for each Brotherhood of Mutant character in play. Blank text box does blank the traits, so it just comes in with 3. Does that say you got your daily sub goal met? Yes. Yeah, we've gotten 3 today, which is super exciting. Then we got Groundswell. Avalanche activates against you. Okay, so Avalanche will scheme here. Because Avalanche activates against me. So that's good to know. So the Groundswells will still hit me. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty. Let's use a Vibranium to play a Elephant's Trunk. I will exhaust Elephant's Trunk as well as Queen Ramonda and T'Challa. And T'Challa to draw 3 cards. Manifold, Dazzler, X. Okay. We'll use a Vibranium and a Dazzler to play Professor X. We'll confuse Blob. Just going to hang out on this stage for a little bit then. X will go ahead and thwart down Under Siege. Takes the damage there. Oh, no, we're going to wait to do that because I want to use Skilled Investigator. Okay. We've got Aja Donna. We'll shuffle in a Vibranium. Okay. We'll flip up, then Professor X will thwart down Under Siege. We'll trigger our hero response on the Skilled Investigator to draw into an Eros. Okay. Got Ingenuity and Eros. We'll play Under Surveillance here on the main. We've got Manifold and Wakanda Forever to play Spider Bites. Black Panther will go ahead and thwart 2. And we'll trigger Beads to clear this down to 1. Okay. It's only a 33% chance to hit Avalanche. Do we just go for it? We lose the Confuse, which is a little sad. We probably could have played X on this next one that's coming up. That would have been way smarter if we had done it like that. But here we are. I think I'm just gonna toss Avalanche in front of this moving train that is Blob and then not need to worry about it. Or you know what? Nah. It's fine. We're gonna push blob. Where'd I put the other enemies? They're there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Haha, it's Toad. Nice. So Toad. After Toad attacks and damages the character you control, discard 1 card at random from your hand. He comes in with 16 hit points. And toughness. And we get an encounter card. Tried to rewatch your videos here and there and was curious, do you have plans to continue certain types of videos again, or are you just sticking with the weekly games? I would like to continue them. I've not had a ton of time to do the videos. I don't think I'm doing any more of the villain ones. Show of empathy doing work, yeah, right? I don't think I'm doing any more of the villain ones. I do want to get the hero reviews back out. I need to do those. And then I want to continue on with the recorded plays. But I guess in good news, my other business is doing really well, and that's taken up a lot of my time. And so, so good news, but it's also like, but that's kind of where I'm at. If I had infinite time, I would absolutely do it. All right, let's stand up. I feel like we get to run. Are you doing another video? Yeah, I'll do like the hero videos and everything. Yeah. We got blindfold, first aid. Oh, tier list video. I do plan on doing that. I think I'm just going to do it towards the end of the year. So ideally after we have some of the next wave, and maybe do that as like a year in thing and kind of ramp up to have that at the end of the year going forward. So the time for those videos is not in the video. For a 30-minute hero review, I probably spend 2 to 3 hours prepping the video beforehand. So that's really where the time comes in. It's once I have all the prep, I can knock those videos out in like 3 to 4 hours. So it's I think like a hero review, all in, not counting the games that I play to prep for it, is probably 7 to 10 hours. And that's just really hard to find right now. Finish your new worker placement Animal Buddy board game this week? Nice. That's awesome. There's 4. And alrighty, we got some first aids. We'll go 1 here. We got Toad attacking us for 2. We're going to block with X. And, ooh, we're getting our nemesis. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Alrighty, so Toad takes out X. Let's finish this. I think actually the boost effect happens right now. So we're going to get Claw, Music, and Manipulated Music. That comes in with 5. I actually think technically this boost icon applies here. Maybe not. I don't know. That's a weird one. 5 there. I love the hero reviews. Thor's was the first one I saw. Nice. That's fun. I envy that dedication. When revealed effect that stuns and confuses you. Alrighty. Okay. What all is happening? I have to discard a card at random from my hand. I hope it's a first aid. Of course it is. Of course it's a strength. I guess I can still play the blindfold, but that's hilarious. Okay, now Claw is attacking me for 2 amplify tokens. I'm going to take it. So it's going to be 4 total damage. Then he's going to take a retaliate 1. Music attacks. Ooh, that's bad. So music attacks. The retaliate kills. This goes over here and takes us to 6 threat. That's brutal. I didn't even think about that. Having a retaliate. Oh, I guess we have under surveillance, which is nice, but having a retaliate just immediately clears this. Wow, that's interesting. Never even thought about that. This was a big turn for the villains because we got 3 encounter cards from the boost card, and then 2 encounter cards we have yet to resolve. Brotherhood beatdown for each following enemy in play. Good call. Avalanche is not an enemy, so we got Toad. We're going to discard a card at random from our hand. Now we're going to discard Blindfold. 2. Nope, that's a first aid. Okay. And Pyromaniac. Pyro is not in play. We will go find him and put him into play. Beautiful. Okay, so we got some stuff to take care of now. So that's always fun. Let's go ahead and use Ingenuity, first aid, to play Blindfold. Look at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got Hopping Mad. You get an additional boost card. So he could go 4. We have the Brotherhood. Okay. I think we toss Exhaustion. Toad will get a boost card, which will be +5, so we will just chump block with Blindfold. And we got the Brotherhood, which we can thwart down. We need to take out Claw, though, which is not the hardest thing in the world. What if we just stun everything? I don't hate it. If we stun everything, Hopping Mad, Toad would activate against us. Which would be kind of annoying. We could chump block with Blindfold. We're going to do that. Yeah, we're just going to stun everything. Okay, so let's have... I do want to take... Actually, it doesn't matter if we take Claw out this time because he's going to be stunned. So, Blindfold is going to make the easy choice and thwart 2 here. That's no-brainer. Boom, done. We're going to stay up in hero form. So we are going to attack Claw for 2. We're going to trigger Spider Bites to deal 1, 1, 1. Combat Specialist will draw us into an energy. While we're here, Aja Adana is going to shuffle in Wakanda Forever. Actually, no, let's Aja Adana after we trigger our Spider Bites and discard it. That would be better, yeah. Okay, T'Challa is going to go ahead and thwart 2 here. Then we will Spider Bites and discard. So we'll go 1, 1, 1, and stun everybody. Okay. T'Challa takes the damage. Avalanche is going to punch. Take 2. Toad down to 12. Aja Adana will shuffle Spider Bites back in. Sick. Okay. So what I think we're going to do here is next turn confuse Toad, and we can probably get Toad down to close to pushing, and then we can flip, consume that Confuse, flip Toad, and then we can use Avalanche to do that to take him out. All right, we got energy on the prowl, Clawed Strike, 4 Justice, and a Justice served. Got 1 threat here. We're stunned everywhere. Hopping Mad, so Toad's going to activate. Oh yeah, we have to discard a random card. Grumble. We'll block with Blindfold, which I forgot to unexhaust everything. So it's going to be 4. It's going to take Miss Blindfold out. And we will discard card number 4 for Justice. That's fine. Cool. Sweet. Okay. Her play lines are so fascinating because I have a Justice served and I have a Panther's Crawl, so I can clear here. So I think I'm going to do that. So I think we'll use a Ingenuity. All of these should be ready. We'll use an Ingenuity to play Justice served. So after you thwart and remove the last threat from your scheme, we can discard Justice served to ready our hero. Cool. I am going to go ahead and attack Pyro, taking Pyro out. Combat Specialist triggers, draws me into a Genius, and then we're going to remove a threat from a scheme here. Discard the beads to confuse Toad. Okay. Nice. Now we've got a Genius to play on the prowl. So we'll remove 3 threat from here. We get to trigger a special on one of our upgrades. We'll go Panther's Claws to deal 3 damage here, taking us down to 9. The 1 extra damage because he's confused. We take a damage from the Retaliate. We just took this down to 0, so we get to get rid of that and stand up. We could push Toad right now if we wanted to. I don't think I want to, mainly because I want to capitalize on that Confuse and push him next turn. And so we'll take out Claw and get Toad real close. We also have some card draw and T'Challa. So we could draw 3 cards and kind of build a little bit. And I think I would prefer to do that. Yeah, let's definitely do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack here for 3. Take him down to 6. We will move a damage here and then take a damage. Oh, we don't take a damage because he's that takes him out. So we'll take out Claw. We do have Brotherhood Beatdown coming up, which is annoying. I should have stacked that differently. But here we are. Okay, yep. Let's flip down. Let's Aja Adana to grab our beads and shuffle those back into the deck. The other option would be to have not exhausted to attack and then use her inventor ability to put the beads directly into play, but I think I'm okay with not doing that. Let's Elephant's Trunk, T'Challa, and Queen Ramonda to draw 3. Got a Clawed Strike, Heart of the Panther, Spider Bites. Okay, well, not great, but not terrible. We got energy for Spider Bites. I think if you were Marvel Champions, your kit would be all about chat count. That'd be great. That'd be really fun. And then we got Heart of the Panther. So we're gonna use Heart of the Panther next turn. And we got 2 Clawed Strikes. I see a world in which we go lethal next turn. on whatever comes out. Let's go ahead and have Avalanche attack for 4. Avalanche is going to get discarded, which is fine. But I'd rather get that extra bit of damage because now we don't have to have a confuse on Toad to deal that extra bit of damage. I think we hang on to these cards. I'm trying to think of a reason not to. I think we just need the damage. Oh, getting rid of Heart of the Panther would be sad. But it is what it is. We got our beads. We'll use that to pay for something. Got a 4 Justice and a Sonic Rifle. Alrighty, so there are 3 cards that I'm okay with getting rid of. Actually, I'm okay with getting rid of any of them but Heart of the Panther. So hopefully we can just avoid that. Stand up. We got a threat here. Toad is confused. Brotherhood Beatdown. We have to discard a card at random. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 Justice. Beautiful. You love to see it. Alrighty. Now we push. Your alter ego image would be our right back screen. I love that. I love that. Okay. Probably go. I'm gonna shuffle in a Wakanda Forever with the Aja Adana. So if we can hit a Wakanda Forever, then we are happy. Do I need to heal here with Queen Ramonda? I'd only be drawing 1 card because I do want to use T'Challa's activation. I'm gonna heal. I don't want to deal with the math. So Elephant's Trunk, I will draw into a On the Prowl. Okay. And then we will flip up. We've got T'Challa attacking here first, so we can avoid the retaliate. We got Pyro or Avalanche. Pyro is even, Avalanche is odd. We got Pyro coming in hot with 17 hit points. Toughness. So that's a lot of damage. 5, 15, 17 with a tough. Then we will activate Spider Bites to knock the tough, but it's not an attack, so we don't take the retaliate. Okay. Let's use Beads and On the Prowl to play Heart of the Panther. So we'll go get Beads, put it into play. We will trigger Beads first. We'll remove a threat here. We'll discard it to confuse Pyro. So now all of our attacks deal +1. So Panther's Claws will deal 3, taking us down to 14. We take a retaliate 1 from that. Spider Bites deals 1. Vibranium Suit deals 2, and we take 1 damage, or we stay the same. So we're down to 11. We will basic attack for 3. It's going to take us down to 8. We'll take a retaliate. Kind of rhymed. Got a combat specialist to draw us into a justice served. And then Panther's Claws will deal 3. We'll take a retaliate. Down to 2. We got a Clawed Strike to deal 5 damage to Pyro. GG's. I think I need to remember that going 3 here, you're already built out so much once you have taken out 2 that third one typically does not take that long. For some reason, I just have it in my head that it's going to take as long as this like second or first one takes, and it is like a fraction of the time, because now I'm just like, okay, now I have 8 cards in I do move 2 damage. So I think I move 1 and deal 2, because the way that Vibranium Suit is stated, it says move 1 damage from your hero to an enemy, but it is an attack. And then Flow Like a Butterfly says when a character you control attacks a confused enemy, increase the amount of damage that attack deals to that enemy by 1. So I think we're dealing 1 damage, and then we increase the amount dealt instead of moving 2. I think that's how I would read that. Whereas like we're moving 1, but we increase how much is being dealt but not healed from the Vibranium Suit. So I like Shuri a lot. Cannot believe I just played Shuri for over 2 hours. That's sick. That's so much fun. Yeah, I like Shuri a lot. She's got a lot of fun play lines. I really like her float. That was fun, mainly because you just get so many instances of damage with both T'Challa attacking, triggering claws, then Shuri attacking, triggering claws. That's +4 damage on a Float Like a Butterfly activation. That's insane. I think when a character you control attacks a confused enemy, increase the amount of damage that attack deals to that enemy by 1. So Shuri says that you move 1 damage from your hero to an enemy. I feel like Vibranium Suit should not be an attack. I think that's where the confusion is coming in. I don't think it constitutes an attack. So I think I move 1, deal 2. That's how I've been playing it, but I could be completely wrong on that. That's just how I'm reading it, but I would not put up a fight at all if someone was like, no, this is actually how it works, because I don't really know. I am not confident in my claims here. So we'll see. Yeah, I really like Shuri. I still think that her best aspect is probably protection, just like with all the readies and everything. Semantics. Yeah, right. Yeah, it is kind of interesting. I do enjoy like talking about it because I think like I don't know, I enjoy that. So I don't think I needed to heal with Queen Ramonda, but maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. Cool. Well, thank you all so very much for hanging out. Appreciate you all. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. We're gonna be playing so you would say you aren't ready for a fight. I'm always ready for a fight. Be back tomorrow playing some Lord of the Rings. So we're gonna be moving into I think we're moving into Two Towers. I should absolutely know this. I was very confident that we were moving into Two Towers until I started saying the sentence. I'm pretty sure we're moving into Two Towers, or we're at the very final scenario. No, we did Breaking of the Fellowship. We're moving into Two Towers, so that's kind of exciting. We're gonna move into Two Towers, up that deck build a little bit. That'll be cool. So that's gonna be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and then on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, we're gonna be breaking out Final Girl. We're gonna be doing some of the promo scenarios from Gen Con, and so we're gonna do that. So hope everyone has a fantastic week. See you tomorrow. Matt, good luck on Beast. That's hype. Looking forward to it. And we'll see you all next time. Peace.